Hello, Kerry from the Soap Coach here, and we are on part 4 of the Dog and I Revamp Diaries. So I wasn't going to do a video this week because I didn't think I'd done very much, but when I actually started looking at what I have achieved and the decisions that I've made, I thought I've got a lot to tell you. So we'll crack on and I'll keep it as to the point as possible. So if you've followed me so far, you'll know that I am doing a complete rebrand on the Dog and I. I am changing my packaging, or some of it. I'm changing my logo. I'm changing my colours. I'm also bringing in a whole range of human products, so products for people as well as dogs, and they will be around things, products, how many times can I say products, that are very much easy to use, do what they say on the box or the tin, and no faff really, but give you the opportunity to look after yourselves with natural products, even though you're probably out and about in the elements like I am quite a lot. So you may well remember that I had made some large batches of my new soaps for people. I had a major wobble on that this week on the actual fragrances that I've chosen, and I almost ditched a couple of them even though I had made huge batches already and they're on the curing rack. And the reason for that is I'm not as keen on those ones or that particular one as I am the others. But I came up here and I had a really good smell again, and I thought about it, and then I gave myself a pep talk because in my Soap Business Bootcamp, I always say it in there, you might not like making hundreds of bars of rose geranium soap, for example, but it could be your bestseller. So just because I don't like something doesn't mean to say that you won't. And actually the offending scents were patchouli and cedarwood, which I know for some people you absolutely love patchouli, and I do quite like it in a soap, but I think the combination with cedarwood is quite woody, and it's just not for me. But that doesn't mean to say that it won't be a popular soap. So I've given myself a pep talk, stuck to the 4 fragrances that I've come up with so far, but it did make me rethink my packaging choices. So this time last week, I was adamant that I was going to go for boxes, printed boxes, because I really wanted boxes for my soap. And I still do. However, to make that cost effective, I will need to order around 1,000 boxes. Now, the company that I ordered samples from, who are actually brilliant, I'll tell you who they are. They were called A Local Printer, and I'll pop the link to them in the notes. They sent me through samples, lovely samples. It's really funny because one of the boxes they sent through is actually branded with one of the ladies in my soap suite. So it's a small world in the soaping world. No issues with the quality. They've got all sorts of different paper, printing options. They sent me through some soap wraps, belly bands, and I will end up ordering from them in the future, probably belly bands. But I didn't want to commit at this stage to a minimum of 250 boxes for my soap that I'm not sure about. So I have decided on a packaging topic that I'm going to go initially just with paper wraps and belly bands around the paper wraps because it still gives it the protection I wanted. So yeah, long story short, packaging is decided. I still need to find a source for my printed paper. I'm not sure yet whether to get my own paper printed up or just go with something that I can find pre-done. But it's soap packaging is done in my head. I haven't designed it on Canva or anything like that yet, but it's done. So wobble done, pep talk done. Moving on, I made lots of samples of all my other products yesterday, so it was a really busy day yesterday. I've made samples of shampoo bars. They're not soap-based shampoo bars, they're like shampoo ingredient shampoo bars, so they'll be suitable for all hair types. But that's what these are here, and they don't look very big, but they last for ages from experience, so I'm really looking forward to trying that. I have made them before for myself, but the difference with this one now is that I've actually bought a proper press mould here. So this one's from Ocean Moulds. I've actually got 3 because I'm probably going to end up doing a class in this, hands-on class. So this is the 2.25 inch ocean mould, and I've chosen that because this will fit exactly into one of the 60ml tins from Tinware Direct, which are the ones that I'm also using for my my nose, paw and skin balm and my soothing salve, which I already do in the 60 gram size. So that's a 2.25, it fits really well, but they do all different sizes and they go in increments every quarter of an inch, which is absolutely brilliant. And Gemma has also very kindly given us a 10% discount code for the soap suite. So that's amazing. She's got 10% if you sign up to her email, but then this is an ongoing one. So thank you, Gemma, if you're watching this. All I can say is it makes making shampoo bars so much easier. So that's that done. I've also made some solid conditioner bars, which I haven't tried before. I'm going to try it myself tonight. I've got really frizzy hair and it's, well, you can see it's frizzy. It's damp outside and it's frizzy. So it'd be really interesting to see how I get on with that. And I've heard really good things about them, so I'm not expecting any issues whatsoever. And I've also made a couple of other products, which I'll talk about a bit later, because I can't tell you all of it at once. So it's been really busy and it's been really exciting. On top of that, so I told you I'd actually done quite a lot this week. On top of that, I have, I've researched the prices of all the ingredients that I'm going to need, because with products beyond soap, when you start getting into shampoo bars, conditioner bars and all sorts of other products, it's a whole new raft of ingredients, which I've got small quantities of, but not a huge amount. So I spent yesterday afternoon quite honestly wanting to scratch my eyeballs out because it was really boring. But I've priced up everything. I've spent a fortune ordering ingredients because I've only got a range of 4 cents, and I'm only making, this is going to sound crazy, I'm only going to make 10 of everything to begin with. But by the time I've made 10 lots of shampoo bars for each range, that's 40 shampoo bars, 40 conditioner bars, 40 of my 2 other products that I'm making. And actually it's a lot of ingredients, so I've spent a lot of money, but you've got to spend it to make it, as they say. And I've been really choosy about where I order from, because I need to make sure, everything is so expensive at the moment, that you need to make sure that you're getting a good deal. So with that in mind, I have created I haven't created a spreadsheet because I am absolutely rubbish at spreadsheets. What I've actually done is tweaked my allergen calculator spreadsheet and turned it into a unit cost spreadsheet. In fact, I'll show you because it's probably easier to do that. Let me just share my screen. Bear with me. I think I want that one there. Yeah, I do. Let's get to the bit we actually want to look at. Here we go. I'll come to this bit in a minute. So I've created this unit cost calculator, and I've started populating it, but I am obviously a long way from finishing it. But what I've done is I'm listing all the ingredients that I need down the side here, where I've bought them from on this occasion, and how much they've cost me. Now, some of these are only in 1 kilograms, but I've actually bought them in 5 kilograms or 5 litres. Like hemp seed, for example, is going to be one of my key ingredients in a lot of my products. I've put 1 litre, but I've bought 5 litres. And the reason why I've done that is because I know there's going to be probably multiple occasions where I run out, not realising, and I need to order something in a hurry or whatever. And I just wanted to keep my prices at the higher end rather than the lower end, so I don't end up making any mistakes with my pricing. And this is great because what it does is adds everything up for me, so I can work out so not only can I see how much I paid for everything last time, and I'll be adding things like my essential oils and anything else that I use to this, and you can even add packaging onto here as well if you want to, so like tins, boxes, that kind of thing. But what I've done is put in a price per gram of everything, cost per gram, and then gram per unit column, so that I can put my figures in for each product and work out exactly how much that is going to cost me per unit. So I've pre-populated it for the moment with one of my new products. I feel like I should have told you what it is now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it secret. So this is the ingredients for one of my new products. So it's got 5 grams of beeswax, it's got cetyl alcohol, it's got, that's a preservative, Geogard, it's a preservative, it's got hemp seed oil. And what I've done is put in the amount I've got for each, and then it automatically gives me the cost per unit. And then what I can do is ask it to tell me how much it's going to cost for 1 unit, so 1 bar of this product. So to do that, because I know some of you will have Excel probably, and I don't have Excel, so this is a Google Sheet. But in Google Sheets, I just click on D, and then you would click on, it will sum it, will add it up for you. So it's telling me that this product for a 100 gram bar is £2.65. Cost price, and obviously that's not taking into account my packaging or my labour. Now this one is quite expensive, and I'm going to have a little think about it, and the reason why it's quite expensive is because of this Olive M, which is an emulsifier. It's a really lovely emulsifier, and it's very, very gentle, and it's an eco certified product from memory. But £1.8 in a bar is quite a lot, and that's buying a kilogram. And I've researched for buying 5 kilograms, and it's not a lot cheaper. It works out about £47. And obviously I would have to fork out well over £200 initially. There are cheaper, similar products out there, but one of the ladies in my Soap Suite has tried cheaper products, and she's not convinced it gives the same hardness to the bar, and this is a bar which is going to be quite expensive, so I want it to last a long time. So I might just have to suck it up really and accept that it's going to be a more expensive product to make. I could make a slightly smaller bar, which will make it a bit more manageable, but I want to test it first and see how long it lasts for, so I can make a bit of an assessment of the value of that. Anyway, I've gone off on a tangent there. So this is great because it will help me work out the exact cost of each of my products. I need to work out how to zero this column here, but you can just zero it, and it will do it for you if you want to. And with this, if you decide to do something similar, then go for it. If you, I think what I'm going to do is my Soap Suite ladies, I know they're going to love this. So I'll drop it in the Soap Suite for you ladies. But just before I do that, just so I can explain how to use it, if you need to add another ingredient in, which is really, really easy, so say I want to add something below BTMS, because I try to keep mine in alphabetical order, just click on the row, go to insert, go to rows, and then I want to insert 1 row below. And that will automatically put a clear row in for you, and you can just put your additional ingredient in there. But any questions around this, just come to me in the Soap Suite and we'll cover that. So that's the way I've come up with costings. I know there's things like SoapMaker out there, which is a software which does all of this in far more detail and probably much better. However, it costs money, and I'm not very techie, and from what I've heard, it does take a bit of getting your head around, so it's just not for me. I'm more than happy to stick with the spreadsheet, and the fact that I've actually managed to do a spreadsheet is a feat in itself, to be honest. So that was that, and then the other thing I've done is, I spent, again, yesterday afternoon, I downloaded all the relevant paperwork for everything that I've got in all my new products. And just in case you're interested, for me, I do this, it's part of your PIF, as you probably know. I keep it really simple. I've got a folder in my Google Drive, which I call ingredient documentation. And I just download everything into there, and it's all in alphabetical order, so if I need to find it, I can. And if I want to add anything else in, or an updated one at a later date, I will just add it to the drive. So that's part of my PIF. I don't keep separate documents for every separate product. I just don't see the point, because some of them are going to be having lots of crossover, it's lots of duplication. As long as I know where I can find it and I can go straight to it, that's all that matters. So yeah, that's what I've done this week. It is quite a lot, isn't it? And that was me thinking I hadn't really done a lot. Hopefully you found that useful, interesting, or whatever. I will probably come back to you next week, because there is quite a lot going on at the moment. quite tired, to be honest. From a personal perspective, I started this process wanting to make it all as quick and easy as possible, and that is what I'm doing. And as an example of that, all of my new products are uncoloured. I'm not putting any extra additional ingredients in any of them. I am just keeping them really simple. Not saying they're not really lovely products, they are, but they're not having anything unnecessary in them. So I could put a clay, for example, or a colourant in my shampoo bar, and it would ring the changes, it would make them all look different. But that's another ingredient to think about when I'm doing it. It's another chance of me making a mistake. It's another thing to put on the labels. And quite honestly, it doesn't add anything to the to what the finished bar does. And I'm all about having nice natural products which are haven't got anything unnecessary in them really. And I can ring the changes with the packaging, so I'm more than happy with that. Okay, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you for watching. I'll put any relevant links in the comments, and yeah, give me a shout if you've got any questions around that at all.